Since we're already on the topic, let's talk about why it's more important than ever for women to use their own brain, do their own thinking first before going to any AI tool to do any kind of project. Right now, we are seeing all of the AI companies destroying millions of rare books to train the large language models on how to write better, to have a more rich vocabulary. It was not that long ago that I went on the record to say that I am committed to reading books that were only written before November of 2022 for this exact reason, because the large language models up to this point have been trained on average writing, on average vocabulary. And one of the things that makes us uniquely human and a strong leader in any kind of way in our life is our ability to speak in rich sentences with strong vocabulary. And one of the things I do is I read books that are hard, that are challenging. And if there's something that I don't know, I look it up. I've been doing that since I was a little kid, from the front page of the Wall Street Journal, side by side with my dad. If there was a word I didn't know, I circled it, we looked it up in the dictionary, and I tried to use it in a sentence that week. So what we need to do now more than ever is to recognize that these large language models will continue to improve their output. And what they're wanting to accomplish with this is to keep us in the dopamine loop. They want to keep us hooked on using the tool first, because right now, one of the things that we are recognizing is that the writing just isn't as good as something that we could uniquely create on our own. There's more resistance to wanting to use the tool so that we can protect our brain capacity, our brain capital. And that is the number one thing that's going to differentiate us against any technology or any kind of reach that technology has into our ecosystem. And why is this more important for women? And it's a hill I'm going to die on, is that 3 unique times in our lives, our brain literally rewires because of estrogen and hormone fluctuations: at puberty, at pregnancy, and in perimenopause. And one of the hormones that fluctuates the most, especially in perimenopause, is estrogen. And estrogen is a neuroprotective hormone. And when it fluctuates, it actually impacts the level of inflammation in our brain, the parts of our brain that are responsible for memory, for our ability to think creatively. And so when estrogen declines, our brains are more susceptible, more vulnerable to that kind of loss of thinking and to memory and to our memory capacity. We already know and have really rich research on how women are affected by Alzheimer's 50% more than our male friends and colleagues. If we are not intentional on protecting those neural pathways, which inevitably are atrophied if we hand over our thinking to a tool, then we are even more susceptible to short-term memory loss and potentially long-term memory loss. Now, there needs to be research done on this in terms of the impact of AI on long-term memory capacity. It's not been done yet. AI has not been around long enough to do real longitudinal research that could be more than a correlative outcome. So something I do and that I have my clients do is to read anything hard. Read it and then read it out loud. And if there's something you don't know, circle the word, look it up, use it, try to use it in a sentence that week. That is going to exercise your brain and the parts of your brain more than you realize. And then use the technology responsibly, because this is not, do not use AI. I use AI every day, but I intentionally exercise my brain in different ways to protect my brain long term, to protect the thing that makes me uniquely human and my professional differentiator. So I am actually compiling a list of books that I believe are going to be some of the best books that we need to read to protect our thinking, and they are all written before 2022. So if you're interested in that list, just DM me. I don't have an automation or anything. I'm still populating the list, but let me know and I will make sure you get it so that you can protect your brain capital.